To me, the most important moment of this camp, most important moment, was a moment that nobody saw, that hardly anybody saw.
No one knows about this. Mention this. You mentioned it on my channel. Say it again. This is huge.
This to me is the defining element of Trey Lance. And why I do understand the people who are pushing back on the reps, because this kid needs reps. But his worst practice was last Friday, I believe, right before the off day, where he missed a layup to Debo. Debo's on the right side, ran a short route to the right. Trey ran right. No defender between him and Debo. Airmailed Debo. Debo looked frustrated, never put a finger on it. It was the kind of layup that you got to make in the NFL. Practice ends. Everybody jogs inside. Media all runs inside. I just happened to walk towards kind of the, I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm looking out on the field, and Trey is got that exact same pattern, and he's throwing it repeatedly. The one that he missed, he's throwing it repeatedly. Like the mechanics.
That's what you have to do if you want.
Repeating the mechanics. He's literally doing the exact same everything. Every part of that throw is the same, Grant. He's running to the right. He's throwing. The receiver's the same distance. Again.
He's not going back to look at Instagram. He's not going to look at social media. He's taking it seriously.
I would say at least I saw him do it at least 3 or 4 times. And to me, that's like, this is a guy, it's like getting an F on a test and going back and taking the question that you got wrong and just keep going over it and over it and over it and over it. It sends me a message. This is what I've been preaching about Trey Lance, is that I think he's a franchise quarterback, but I know he ain't there yet. Okay? And that's what I've been saying. I think he's a franchise quarterback long term. Why? Because football, he's smart enough, he's athletic enough, and football is the family business in his family. It's important to him. So that's why after practice, he's throwing that same route over and over again. The next day he came out, and this was after the off day, this is Sunday, and I thought he was throwing the layup passes, the little shot to the flat, with a lot less arm speed, taking a lot more time, and just being a lot more careful with those throws. That's his bugaboo. He makes the laser throw, let's say the 18 to 22 yard cut pattern, in or out. He makes that thing look like a layup. Everybody else is a very difficult pass. For him, he can just zip right in there. But on the layups, the short game, which is a major element of Kyle Shanahan's offense, the bootleg game and all that, you got to be able to hit those passes. He struggles with it because it's a touch pass. It's a timing pass, and it's about reps, and he hasn't had reps. So now he's giving himself reps after practice. I thought that was the most important moment that I've seen thus far in his 2-year career.
Yeah, okay, I got something totally different to go. I got a different direction to go. Here's what I think. I feel like the Niners, they keep saying like Trey's taking the initiative, and they kind of keep blaming Trey, and maybe that's fine, but I feel like they didn't really set him up for success. Let's just remind everyone what they did. They drafted this guy, gave him $22 million as a signing bonus, traded up, a young, good-looking guy from freaking middle of nowhere, okay? Gave him $22 million, moved him to California, and said, you're not going to do anything. You're just going to sit on the bench and have $22 million and do nothing. What would you do if you were 21, you had $22 million, you had nothing to do? I'd be on Instagram. Tell you right now.
I mean, I'd be on Instagram. People make a big deal about him making it rain at the strip clubs. When I was 22, I was making it rain at the strip clubs. Oh my God.
If I had $22 million and nothing to do, I would be answering every DM. Every single one. I would have 40 million girlfriends. It's a non-issue. No. What I'm saying is I feel like he was on social media too much. I feel like he's a good-looking guy with a lot of money and nothing to do, and we saw a glimpse of some things he was getting into, and I feel like the Niners kind of set that up. Dude, don't give him nothing to do for a year. Make him play football. That 2021 year where he was sitting behind Jimmy Garoppolo, I feel like it was a waste of time. They broke his finger. Like, he should have been playing, and all of a sudden he just became this like social media icon. Like, no. You need to stop that. Brock isn't that. Brock's married. Like, Brock isn't on Instagram doing that stuff. Like, Brock's like 40. You're 40. Pretend you're married. Get off Instagram and take your... Because if you don't, like, your career will be over at 24, man. You think you're just getting started? You could just
It's
it
about
could all
getting
end
serious.
so fast. You got to get serious.
You're a professional.
Yes.
I asked Brock late in the year. I said, "Give me a rundown. What do you do at the end of the week, the Saturday night before the game? What do you do? Have you digested everything so much that now you're just going to watch a movie with your girlfriend and cook, or what's your mode Saturday night before the game?" And he's like, "Honestly, I sit there and I go over the plan and I go over the formations and I go over, my reads and what I'm thinking, and I just go over it and over it and over it and over it until I feel like I just have it down." Well, that's a pro, man. That's what a professional does.
And being a professional quarterback is way different than being a professional corner or a professional tight end. Like those guys, who cares? Go talk to every girl, go to the club, do what you want to do. Like Debo can do that. It doesn't matter. No one cares. Trey, no. Quarterbacks, you have to pretend like you're a 45-year-old hedge fund manager who has a family of 7.
Right.
Even if you're 23, you're not allowed to act like you're 23. Sorry. If you want to act like you're 23, play literally any other position.
Right.
And people have been trying to make you play other positions your whole life. Trey, you were like, "No, I'm ready for this. I want to be this guy. I want to be the face of the franchise." All right, then be 45. Live a boring-ass life. Don't respond to DMs. Pass it on to Debo. Pass it on to George. Sorry, it's not for you, man. You got to take this job from Brock, who is so freaking focused, I think. I mean, I don't know Brock. Maybe he has a secret life. But I think Brock is super focused, and I don't know that you were. So now that you are good, maybe your natural talent will be able to overtake someone who was the last pick in the draft. Come on, Trey. Like, aren't you? Trey, if I were Trey and I was the 3rd pick in the draft and someone who's older than me and was the last pick in the draft took my job, I would take that very personally, man. I would feel like I let this happen. I wasn't focused enough. I wasn't dialed in enough. There's no way this should have happened. So I don't know. I think we're seeing a very focused, dialed in Trey, and it's about time.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
You've heard that saying, easy come, easy go. When something comes easy to you, you don't value it. When you have to work for it, you do value it. I think that he inherited the job, and now they just said, "You know what? We're yanking your inheritance, and we're giving it to this guy, and now you have to work for it." And now we're seeing him work for it. And it's
bringing out the best in him.
It's bringing out the best in him. Now let's get to the next question. Incredible people. I mean, whatever you want to say about anybody else, Rich Eisen, credible guy. Mike Silver, been covering this league a long time, credible guy. Mike just wrote an article that the 49ers may keep Brandon Allen and release Trey Lance. Release. And when I saw that, I'm like, Mike, I know what I haven't even read the article yet at the point and I'm like, Mike, I know where you're going, because I know there's a cap figure and this and that and Brandon Allen and the optics and all. Why did Brandon Allen come here? Why did Darnold come here? I know I already knew what was in that article before I even read it. But he's a credible guy. And Eisen's a credible guy on TV. Eisen just did a segment about it and actually threw out the word release as a possibility. To me, this is the unthinkable. Tell me this is not going to happen. Tell me there's no world where the 49ers would actually release Trey Lance. Give me your perspective, Grant, on how this is even a discussion.
It's not a discussion.
You don't believe
it's never going to happen? No, absolutely not. I don't know why Rich and Mike would even talk about this. I think they'll regret it. I respect them so much. But this one take right here, this one take right here is insane. Because I don't think they did the math. So here's how cap hits work. A player gets a signing bonus and is prorated through the life of the contract. Once you cut a guy early, the rest of that signing bonus is accelerated.
Right.
So his cap hit this year is like 9. If you cut him, it's 14. So, I mean, you don't save money by getting rid of Trey Lance. You spend money. You spend $5 million more to get rid of him so you can keep 30-year-old Brandon Allen when Trey, by all accounts, John Lynch, Kyle Shanahan, Deebo Samuel, everyone is trending the right direction. Insane.
So you're just
spending
saying
money.
You're just saying straight out bad take. It's just a bad take.
I have them all the time, and I love Mike Silver, and I would give him a hug today if I saw him. But bad take. And if I'm wrong, Mike, I owe you, dude. I'm so sorry. I'll take it back. But it's
okay. So somebody asked me, who just a buddy of mine the other day, Krug, you're there every day. I trust you. How's this quarterback thing going to shake out? I said Brock Purdy's going to be number one. I said, other than that, I don't know how it's going to shake out. Sam Darnold and Trey Lance are competing to be number two, and either the 49ers are going to go with those three guys as
Trey's going to be number two.
Okay.
Unless Trey falls on his face. If he continues this trajectory, I feel like Sam was brought in here because for two reasons. They didn't know if Brock was going to be healthy by now. He is. They didn't know if Trey Lance was going to make positive strides because he hadn't in 2 years. He is. So it's like, Sam, thank you very much, but take for that non-serious 2 for 6 and chill on the bench. That's the way I see it.
So I see it that way as well. I went into the camp. Somebody asked me about this. I said, you know what? I think Brock's going to be the 1. Trey's going to be the 2. Darnold's going to be the 3. They're going to have $14 million of backup quarterbacks, and they're going to trade Brandon Allen, or they're going to waive Brandon Allen or release him right before the cut down. He's going to go somewhere else and be somebody's 2 or 3.
Or they'll put him on the practice squad. Who cares? It's Brandon Allen. No offense.
Yeah, well, but I mean, he's not doing that. I mean, Brandon Allen. Practice squad makes $200,000. He made $800,000 last year. He's not going to take a $600,000 pay cut to be on. We'll do
GoFundMe for Brandon Allen, man. We'll work it out. They'll find a way to make it work.
Super chats for Brandon Allen.
They'll figure it out.
In reality, Brandon Allen's either going to be the 3rd string quarterback or he's going to be elsewhere. Okay. Right? I mean, that's probably what's going to happen. Lynch was asked about 4 quarterbacks.
Guaranteed money? I'm sorry. I just want to know. Does he have guaranteed money like what's his face did last year? Who's that guy?
Brandon Allen was signed to a 1-year, non-guaranteed, $1,080,000 contract. The league minimum is $750,000. He made $1 million last year. I think he just came here as a chance to be able to play on a good team. But in reality, if he loses out, he knows he can get $1 million somewhere to go be somebody's 2 or 3. Right?
Here's how Brandon Allen can supplement his income if he's on the practice squad. YouTube.